is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Hey, the one in the throne I'm rule. In the rather say they have not tried. You don't know, say them they are the fool. Hey.
Talking Head, Bahamas Air, the Bahamas Football Association, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, Jazz in the Gardens, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Towel, Prince Masters, Sand Castle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
Look for them not gonna see something dramatic and extra ordinary. Never see I when I clean, only when I dirty. That's my reason of this long journey. I'm someone good from you can be around this. Yo, summertime you have to learn to live with it. I am boundaries for who I restrict. Like those who want to kick the bucket. Check it, no other like to be wise and a guide. Some can't recognize wicked heart. Must put you down, burning you with words. Power and sound, yeah. Full-time Babylon realize every ghetto youth is element of surprise and wicked heart. I must put you down, burning you with words, power and sound. I'm like Jamoon and sun, beware. Take my stand, always prepare. Or and I they stand and don't even care. Yo, me not take that from the one. Give thanks, I'm still here. Wanting to see I dead and rot. None of them can come stabbing at the back. Can't get caught by your wolf pack. Different silence, yeah. No other like to be wise and a guide. Some can't recognize wicked heart. Must put you down, burning you with words, power and sound, yeah. Full-time Babylon realize Sizzler is the element of surprise and wicked heart. I must put you down, burning you, yeah, yeah. I alone we face the interrupt. Yeah. Long time them hate me, now them just a come charge. Yeah. Your attack and I is to return. Yeah. And you will be running into more than walls. Ooh, can't you see? Say, Jaja, he make I brave, ever strong. I never afraid. I know you watch a head of Mr. Crave. I know you speak the word by which all things was made. Check it, no, don't like to be wise and not a guide. Some can't recognize wicked heart. I must put you down, burning you with words, powers and sounds. Yeah, full-time Babylon realize Sizzler is the element of surprise and wicked heart. Must put you down, burning you with words, power and what am I look for? Them not gonna sitting dramatic and extra. Never see we when we clean, only when we dirty. We're rich by reason of this long journey. Yeah, someone good from you can be around this. That's how it's on, you have to learn to live with it. I am boundaries for who I restrict. Like those who want us to kick the bucket. Watch it, no I don't like to be wise and a guide. Try recognize wicked heart. I must put you down, burning you with words.
You've got it locked to the Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Got lots to talk about today. Got a very interesting show lined up for you. Obviously, you know, tomorrow's International Women's Day. Special guest coming up to have a good convo with me on the flip side of the break. And then, of course, in the 5 o'clock, you know, we'll be talking sports. Pearlie will be in the building. And in the 5 o'clock, we got lots to talk about, too. But before we get to that, like I said, the lines will be open at some point today as well. So if you want to chime in, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And it's Friday, people. It's the weekend. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Like I tell you all the time, all work and no play makes you a dull person. All play and no work makes you broke, so you got to find a happy medium. Well, today's a good happy medium where you get to get into the weekend and enjoy yourself and love yourself, but do it responsibly. I don't want to come in here Monday and have horrible headlines to read, all right? So keep it in, stay on the reservation, all right? But have fun. All right, we got lots to talk about as well, and the headlines are a big part of them. Here they are.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Silent epidemic. Kidney failure at an all-time high. Now, I hate to say this, but we've had this conversation several times on this show. I'm quite sure GNN will chime in at any given moment, and several others. And before, when they would call in and chime in, it was, no, that's not the case. You're speaking incorrectly. And now here we are with a major headline, silent epidemic, kidney failure at all-time high. Story by Rachel Scott. Be sure to read that. Government to introduce labor law reforms, the minister says. Story by Tanika Thompson. The Davis administration will introduce labor law reforms this year, including amendments to the Employment and Industrial Relations Act, along with expanded maternity, paternity, and mental health leave. Minister of Labor and the Public Service, Pierre Glover-Rose, said yesterday. All right. You know, like I say, let me see it. I've seen a lot of misspeaking and backtracking by this administration, so let me see it. Sounds good. Now, let's see the rubber hit the road. Renovations at A&E will be done by May, Darville says. Minister of Health and Wellness, renovations to the Accident and Emergency Department in Princess Margaret Hospital are scheduled to be completed by May. Again? All right, Dr. Darville, that's May 2025. That's in a couple months. Please don't come skating in here end of April with a see what had happened moment. Let's make sure this is done. Police stopped man from jumping off Sidney Poitier Bridge. Police stopped a 34-year-old man from jumping off the Sidney Poitier Bridge on Wednesday. The alleged attempted suicide happened shortly before 1 p.m. Officers arrived at the bridge and met the man who they said was attempting to jump. Excuse me. Police were able to intervene and prevent him from harming himself. The man was taken to hospital. Police said mental illness is really on the upswing. You look around, how many more people do you see that are there to be homeless and under mental illness or some form at stoplights, stop signs, junctions? A lot more than you used to see. So that should tell us mental health issues are real in this country. And we can't be desensitized and make it part of the fabric and part of them. Oh, that's just so-and-so. You ever been crazy? No. It can't be part of the norm. We have to identify it as a problem and remedy it. Those individuals going through the situation with the mental health issues that are unattended, they need the help and the intervention. And society needs to make sure they're in the best mental health possible so they're not at risk. And finally, debris from SpaceX Starship rocket. Isn't this the second one that went kapoof over us? What you could do, wait till one drop on top of us to say, hey, Elon, this might not be a good idea? And all of this for the free. The math ain't mathing on that one. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Naughty by nature, we don't hate you.
Am I psychic or what?
You are psychic.
I knew as soon as I got the word kidney, I couldn't even get the rest out. You was going to call. I knew it.
Naughty, I can talk about that kidney thing. I can let you ask me the questions, but I want to talk about what you just was opining on first. Your station manager, I know we ain't supposed to come in your station and say something about
Now
Naughty,
behave
but I
yourself.
can't say that.
Behave yourself. You know me in corporate tight.
Yeah,
You know
I
me
gotta
in
say
legal
this, though.
tight. You
Dwight
know
is
me in
my boy.
management tight. You know how it is.
My boy. But I ain't know what it is. Like, I don't carry on no station like Dave, them is do Dwight, right? But Dwight quick to the trigger with me, and then I listen to the show, and then I listen to this one running on, that one running on for 10, 15 minutes, or whatever the case be. I don't know what it is with GNN. But I always call and try to be respectful and try to give my opinion on my views. Okay, this SpaceX thing, this rocket thing. I hear people calling, they talking about, oh, the SpaceX can't penetrate water and stuff like that. Oh, okay. But see, up to a certain decibel, that sonic boom will penetrate so far into the water. Up to a certain, because, you know, it's like a dog whistle. Me and you can't hear that, but the dog can hear it.
Correct.
You understand? Because they was knocking me down this morning, but oh no, you ain't making no sense. You ain't making no sense. Okay, I gotta ask you a question, Naughty. Naughty, when marine mammals migrating, how do they do that?
Well, obviously, the last time I checked Jacques Cousteau and Wild Kingdom and Animal Planet, obviously they have, especially with dolphins and mammals and whales, they have inner sonar.
They have inner sonar.
They know how to track themselves back to where they were born. You can even see it in fish.
Exactly, but what if their moles swim 2,000 feet under the water? They don't swim 1,000 feet under the water. How do they swim, Naughty? On the top of the water, and they blow their flukes.
Yeah, but they come up from great depths to do that, and then they go back down for a while.
With a baby? No, Naughty.
Yeah,
that whale, what beached itself within that week in Exuma was a baby. Those things, they blow their flukes and they travel and they go and they come down here to have their babies in the warm, and then they go back up cold to do their feeding. So let's thank God that the mammals wasn't the same time for them to migrate to come down in this area for the summer. Those whales and dolphins, they travel on the top of the water, blowing their flukes. So I don't know where these.
No, I give you the dolphins are more higher up to the surface, closer to the surface than whales, but
of course. So some of these people who call in to make themselves politically correct, they need to get it right. They sound good, but they're making themselves look silly. Now, where do I start with dialysis? Where you want me to start?
Where you want. I mean, you go through it. I mean, you live it.
Dottie, I just had a show on Tuesday at Hard Copy. I was supposed to lay everything on the gauntlet on the table. The do's, the don'ts, the who doing foolishness of what. There is something afoot with dialysis. Is too many patients on dialysis are complaining that they shouldn't be.
Well, according to Dr. Darville, chronic renal failure is at an all-time high.
Yeah, but Dr.
And from the recent numbers, more than 600 Bahamians, both young and old, are on the government-funded hemodialysis program.
Listen, that Dr. Darville and not gone so much time. Every bit and type of information that I have and I did on Hard Copy the other night, Darville knows. Darville just
now, do me a favor. I want you to call my good friend Steve and tell him, hey, I was on Talking Heads with Naughty, and I was saying the same thing and drop my show name twice.
Do that. I don't have a problem doing that.
All right.
Ain't no John Kuno group or no political group can get between me and you and them kind of people, Naughty.
No, man.
Darville, them, I can be real, ain't doing diddly. Not diddly squat.
Let me ask you this question. You go for treatment. You're there on a regular basis. How many people, in your estimation, have you seen? Is it at an all-time high? Kidney failure. Is it a silent epidemic?
I was trying to tell you now what they have turned dialysis into, and certain parts of the hospital is a money-making comrades on dialysis. Some of them getting off. They ain't supposed to be there. And the people at the hospital wondering how come the PMH dialysis rate is so high. Because what they do, they popping up these dialysis centers all around the place, and if Naughty is a 20 or 30, they tell it Naughty, oh, you got to be on dialysis. And then they take Naughty and they send Naughty to the private clinic, $85,000 a year. They have made it a business. That's what's going on, Naughty.
All right, well, I can do my due diligence on it there, GNN. Because at the end of the day, we got to make sure that it is not a silent epidemic. And if it is, we need to get the attention it needs and it wants.
And the machines, Naughty, all of the machines, basically, if not 100%, 80% of the machines have passed their due date several times over. We sharing cups. That will mean doing nothing. You think two patients should share one machine?
All right.
You think that's possible, Naughty?
No, we gotta get some answers on that. We'll do some investigating. All right.
Anytime. Call GNN anytime.
All right, GNN. Have a good weekend. All right. And that's just the headlines. But listen, man, like I told you, we got a great show lined up for you. We're gonna take a quick break right now. On the flip side of the break, when we get brought to you, of course, by John Shoes, I'm gonna have some special guests in studio. I'm gonna have Mrs. Karan Shepard. She's gonna be here. And, of course, Dr. Jacqueline Penn-Knowles. We're going to have a great conversation. International Women's Day tomorrow. So we're going to have a great, candid conversation about a lot of things. And then, of course, we'll get into the 5 o'clock hour, and we'll be talking sports, all right? So keep it right where you got it. The Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
You and the hard lie down in a bed, sharing defilements hard with he dead. The youths them worth more than money and bread. Heal and press amiga, tell them glory is the spread. We just come out of this loop, pagan dead. Babylon give you a right feed the money, get your funny, and then brainwash you on the western journey. Babylon give you a right feed your money, get your funny.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides for flavor that will make your mouth happy and your feet dance. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC bucket today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
Refined style rags is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
Beulah, gal, can you believe this? We are now the patrol queens of the neighborhood. We now large and in charge. So we need to check out what's going on in everybody's yard. What about that gun that we know that Junior and his homeboys just ran out? Can we report that too? Of course we can. But we could be in deep trouble if they find out. We need to report what we see, Beulah. When you call Crime Stoppers, they just answer your call in Miami. So then we can report everything? Guns, where they hiding the drugs, who shoot who part of which gang, or who disturbing the peace with the loud music and the motorcycles. Then our neighborhood will be the best in the Bahamas, and everybody gonna want to come live here. And then our house price will go up, gal.
Something, say something. Let us all pitch in and stop the crime before it's your time. Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands. Or text us through the Crack Crime Bahamas app. Stop the crime before it's your time.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
KFC is taking things to crunchier levels with the new barbecue bacon ranch sandwich. Bite into 8 layers of flavor with your choice of a spicy or original recipe. Extra large white meat fillet topped with our premium ranch sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, smoky bacon, American cheese, and our rich signature barbecue sauce. All placed on a toasted brioche bun. The new KFC barbecue bacon ranch sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Hey, the one in the throne I'm rule. In the rather say they have not tired down. Hey, there is no other like Jah. Be wise and not a guide. Some can't recognize wicked heart. Must put you down, burning you with words, power and sound. Yeah, full-time Babylon realize Sizzler is the element of surprise and wicked heart. I must put you down, burning you with words, power and sound. What am I look for? Them not gonna see something dramatic and extra ordinary. Never see I when I clean, only when I dirty. That's why reason of this long journey. I'm someone good from you can be around this. Yo, summertime you have to learn to live with it. I am boundaries for who I restrict. Like those who want to kick the bucket. Check it, no, I don't like to be wise and a guide. Some can't recognize.
We're back at ya on the Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads. And right about now, we're trying to get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John's Shoes. And let me get to some texts. I got some special guests in studio, like I told you. We'll pick up the conversation with them in short order. But let me get the text out of the way. A ton of y'all were texting, and I don't want you to think I didn't get to your text. Good day, Naughty. If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you read the newspapers, you are misinformed. Great show, as usual, Naughty. Some medications for mental illness and side effects is suicidal thoughts and dreams. I have an extremely nice, expensive house with some nice luxury cars. If any rocket materials fall on my property, I want $1 billion. All money in cash, $50 and $100 notes. But I want my 15% fee for marketing it for you and promoting it. Naughty, that was not rocket ship debris. It was comets. Laugh out loud. Y'all done started on a Friday. Naughty, to deal with mental illness, we need to make room for them to have a place to go. I just don't know if we could afford another 1,000 seats in Parliament so they can be... I tell you, y'all off and running on a Friday. Naughty, sound travels 20 times the distance and 25 times faster in water than in air, so maximize that range. If you can hear it for over 100 miles across the Bahamas above water, multiply that distance by 25. Naughty, I hear there's a bomb scare at PMH and have Shirley Street at a standstill as far as Village Road. Mr. Producer, you want to check that for me with the newsroom? Yeah. Double check that for me.
It's true? Yeah.
Renal failure is due to the increased number of CNCDs. If Darva could fix that, then we would see a fall in renal failure. But we fed garbage in all aspects of life. And so what do you expect to be the outcome? All right, let's get this phone call in real quick. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, right there. Yeah. Going on talking last night, right? But guess what? It's headquarters. You ain't got rails for you to come up there. You know what I mean? So, you got before step, you have to climb up to get there, but even though I have a rail there.
Wow.
And
Nor a ramp.
That been like that for me going in there, and he knows about it. Okay? Now, the next thing, right across the road from him, I think the ladies, they putting some abuse center or something to be built to start there. But somebody got some, those crate with some those pallets which you put things on.
Uh-huh.
Somebody got that built up like fence. And right next to the ladies' then they bring another old thing. And this right on the main road. And I don't know what's going on. And then you got a couple of sharks throwing the bag there. Now, if they don't do something, eventually you got a shanty town there. And then you have a couple new track road cut. All of this is on the northern side. New track road. That's why the people complain. But I hear him crying like he just hear the sign that the call say Wolf, Wolf. Wolf was there a long time. He just said now he's trying to make it like he's doing something. What could be done? And the environment, the law be breaking right in front of his face. And he was doing nothing about it. But anyhow, I can wait to see what could be done.
Yeah. I want to see if we have another what had happened moment, when that rolls in. End of April, I don't need to be here. And what had happened was we said it was going to be ready and finished in May. And people tired of that. All right, Naughty, here we go. Thanks. We understand that Doctors Hospital has been evacuated due to an alleged bomb threat. While evacuation efforts are underway, several parts of Shirley Street have been blocked off. This is a developing story. And then, of course, from the other dailies, the Tribune understands that a bomb threat was called in at Doctors Hospital, leading to an evacuation of the building. More details to come. I'm seeing the photographs. And both the Guardian and the Tribune have reported it and confirmed it. So, yeah, avoid Shirley Street if you can right now, because that is going to be all Kapunkel right up. And if it's backed up as far as Village Road right now, it's not going to get any easier as we approach 5 o'clock. So put your thinking hats on. Cooler heads prevail. Turn on the AC. Turn up the show. We'll keep you entertained till 6, all right? And then after that, well, if you're still stuck, and I'll probably be stuck in some form of traffic, too. All right, so we got my two guests today. Again, want to welcome them to the show, Mrs. Karan Shepherd and Dr. Jacqueline Penn-Knowles. How are you, ladies? Welcome.
Thank you, and welcome.
And we
really
got...
appreciate you inviting us to your show.
Well, listen, man, we had to have a conversation, and Earl was like, man, you have to get someone International Women's Day, and I was like, no problem. And, Earl, he want to have everybody on his show. So I was like, all right, that sounds like we'll have a good conversation. And obviously, we can have a good conversation because obviously tomorrow, International Women's Day. And a lot of times on this show, we advocate for women to play a bigger role in society. And I'll be honest with you, we have a very misogynistic portion of our society that thinks like women need to be on the sidelines. No, man, it's 2025. Right. Like I told you ladies off air, I support smart, intellectual, brilliant women. And if they happen to be beautiful, then that's even better. But you know what I mean? I married one. And as you know, if you listen to this show, you all know how brilliant MJ is. Mm-hmm. All right? And at the end of the day, you can't be afraid of that. You have to embrace that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
So, at the end of the day, it's important to me, despite the chafing I may take at the barbershop from some, we still all good. I think personally, women deserve a platform in 2025 as far as politics and in society, and the more voices need to be heard. I think that's how we become better. I'd like to know some of your thoughts, firstly, on International Women's Day tomorrow and how important it is that we recognize it and we recognize women. And then obviously we need to talk about a lot of things. And I'd like to get your varied opinions on some of these things, especially what affect us society-wise.
So, good afternoon. And thank you, like we said again, for having me here. Let me just first introduce myself. I am Dr. Jacqueline Penn-Knowles. And Naughty, the theme for this week is, for International Women's Week, is accelerating action for gender equality. And just as the theme says, accelerating action, meaning let's just rev it up. Mm-hmm. Let's just make sure we as women have a really good
step on the gas a little bit.
Oh yeah. We need to just put our feet on it. But I'm gonna just not digress, but a little bit what you said about the bomb threat. When I was a child, I have to go back a little. My father, the late Rudyard Penn, was one of the demolition experts here in the Bahamas. And so now to hear this, my dad's been gone now since 1995.
Right.
And to hear that we're having today that same bomb threat. I remember being home as a child or at school and him having to come into the schools to
make
check
sure
and disarm. Yeah. So it kind of touched home.
It's nice to know that we did have Bahamians and we do have Bahamians to this day that are qualified to do that. You really don't hear it like that every day. Thank God that we don't have bomb threats or the threats of bombs like worry. In other countries. But
our women will be there soon, out there when it comes to that. We'll be hearing the demolition expert as Miss whatever.
There you go.
That should be happening
If
soon.
you know how to cut the white rye and get rid of that bomb, go girl, go. I'm out at you.
I agree with you there.
But let us know. I mean, what's your take on how we are as a society in 2025? I mean, I think women need to. I think they've earned the right to play bigger roles in society.
Oh, definitely. Society has changed so much. It is not back there where it was all guys or all men environment. Women have now moved to much bigger things. We need to have more balance, and we're having it. Balance in the workplace. However, women are still not being put on the same
What about the same pay scale as men?
Definitely not.
Despite qualifications, correct?
That's what I was about to say. When you have a woman who, I'm going to talk about myself as a physician. Firstly, when you have women as physicians, as good surgeons here, we have female obstetrician gynecologists and then you would have men, but the men will get paid better. And the strange thing about it is women would want to go to a man before they come to their own women.
Wow.
That's just not a good.
But I think, I mean, as far as the pay scale goes, it should be level in 2025 as per your qualifications. I mean, why am I going to go and get a degree?
Mm-hmm.
And that degree is the same degree on the same piece of paper as a male counterpart. If I'm a woman, I want the same pay. If I'm qualified, we have the same qualifications.
That's correct.
I achieved X, Y, and Z while I was abroad. Shouldn't I be warranted? I mean, equal pay. I mean, that's only fair, right?
Absolutely.
I put my comedian hats on and say, listen, man, if it's equal pay, then it's less stress. You don't come home looking at me side-eye because you feel like, you know what? Just because this joker has different plumbing from me, he making more money and I got more qualifications. You know what?
And we do more work.
You see?
We're more committed.
You see?
Okay.
And then this time you didn't even cause it. You was at work, working hard, 9 to 5 for the family. But boy, somebody at the workplace set it off, and now here you go because you're a man. You getting beat with that stick. So to make it more unified in the country, just even the pay scale and make everything copacetic, and that'd be some stress out the window gone.
Well, you know, Naughty, that has been.
Because my next argument would be, okay, now that we're on an equal pay scale, and hey, we'll be putting into the travel budget for me and you in the nest empty, and boom, boom, and boom. Okay, let's do it.
Well, Naughty, that's been around for quite some time, and that's basically because most of the men in Parliament, they make the rules, and there aren't very many women in Parliament, which we're looking to change in 2025, 2026. And one of the things is, and we had this discussion simply last night, talking about women who are paid less with the same qualifications that a man has. And sometimes the men, because they're in control, they feel threatened if the woman is making more money or on the same pay scale as her male counterpart. And so we as women are looking to sit at the table where we're able to make the decisions and let the men know we're not here to compete with you. We're here to work alongside.
To partner with you.
To partner with you and work alongside with you to see that we have a better Bahamas. And so basically we're looking at, being able to hold public office at some point and be able to put our suggestions on the table, because men will say, but women bring another perspective to whatever that law may be that men may not realize. Like example, I was reading today in the papers where a father was having sex with his 10-year-old daughter. How does that compute? I mean, that is just something that should not be going on in this country.
But the sad thing about that is we've become desensitized to it because we've heard it on multiple occasions.
That's correct.
Exactly.
And that's cry shame on us, because we as a society should have intervened and been having interventions a long time ago, calling it for what it is. But we allowed too many times for wrong to be wrong, and we don't call it out.
No, but we've had women and have women who are speaking out on it.
No, I'm not saying that there aren't, but I'm saying generally as a society right now, over the years, we've become desensitized to it.
We have in some instances, but there are a whole number of other women who are always speaking out on it.
Correct.
We have the crisis center. They're always talking about stuff like that. But in 2025, why are we having this? We as women need to sit at the table to say, listen, we need stronger laws
Correct.
to be
And
able.
certain loopholes that are in existing laws right now
Exactly.
need to be closed for the benefit of generations to come.
That is
Well,
correct.
I think one of the good things that we have seen is we now have our first female Knowles, and I'm sure now that she has a seat at the table, she will make a lot of difference here when it comes to women's issue. Women for far too long, like Mrs. Shepherd has said, we sit back and we're not playing the role that we need to play. It's one thing to put you could put something on the table, but to respect and do they listen? So now we as women are saying enough is enough. We want to be heard. We want to be respected, and we want to make a difference here in our country.
And I think that if we look at the country and the way we're going, we need all hands on deck. We need a bigger think tank. We need more ideas. We need people who have expertise in certain fields on various levels. Because, like I said, this is a wide-scale issue we're dealing with in society. We can't just continue to say, okay, the cost of living is high. Well, how are we going to make it go down? How many thinkers can we get in a room that's going to help us with ideas? And it can't just be men. It can't just be women. It has to be a nice mixture, a good melting pot, so you could sit there and come up with some good ideas to life. Because he who feels it knows. So different
Correct.
portions of society need representation, both men and women.
One of the things I wanted to touch on, too, that you've spoken to already, the kidneys, the silent epidemic that is
And it seems now that
rising.
finally we need to get it out because it seems to have been a problem for a while.
It has
You
been
just
a problem
don't get
for
to
a while.
600 patients by without it manifesting.
Exactly. And one of the things about it is that we have a very poor diet. We as Bahamians have a very poor diet. And, I'm a agriculturist by heart, and so therefore I try to speak to persons and encourage them to eat eat proper foods and get their greens in and that sort of stuff. But one of the things that has happened is that Bahamians have become lazy in preparing their own food, and not necessarily wantingly lazy, but because of the work and the added stress, it's easier always to just drive to a window, grab something in a bag, and run. Whereas if you take the time and prepare your fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and have those available for you to eat, your body would receive that and be able to function in a much better way. You'd have the proper nutrients for your body to be able to operate in a better way. Staying hydrated. A lot of persons don't know. You could even be hydrated by eating fruits. A lot of fruits would also help you. A lot of people don't like to drink.
I'm guilty of that, man. It's like I'm drinking it now, but to be honest with you, a lot of people and MJ, I tell me you need to hydrate better. You need to drink more water.
Yes.
Well, I even though
I had another soda. You need more water.
Even though I'm hearing what Mrs. Shepherd said, and I do agree with her, one of the biggest things as Bahamians and as women is our sedentary lifestyle. You work, we're sitting down all day, you eat whatever it is, you go home, you lay down, and you become a couch potato, and you're watching TV. So you don't go out and get to appreciate our lovely sun, the beaches, and just, go into your neighbors, walking down the street and talking. We're always just either in the car, in the house, on the TV, eating what we... And one of the biggest epidemic we're having here in the Bahamas when we talk about this kidney disease or chronic diseases that is now escalating into kidney disease is the fact that we have hypertension and diabetes, which actually comes from our lifestyle. So diet is one part, but then we have to also look at exercise, and then we have to also look at what is being put in place by our physicians or our government. You had a call or you were talking to someone in reference to even just medication. we have too many people that's on medication, that's non-compliant. So, so we're back to that. But, we talk about the chronic disease and healthcare, but then we also have to look at the role of women in the homes. And how do we as women play such an intricate role in even preventing that? And it goes back to what Mr. Shepard says when we talk about preparing our dishes and our meals at home.
Yeah, it's a wide scale, and I mean, women play an important role in so many aspects of day-to-day life.
Correct. That's correct.
Let's get to this call right here. Talking Heads.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lordy. Good afternoon.
Hey,
panel.
what's happening, 52?
Yeah, the lady's right, but it's simple. I've been reading nutritional prescription eating books for over 30 years, so it's basically just a raw diet, whole foods, et cetera, et cetera. I have a condition in which I can't even eat cooked food. At my age, it is recommended that I eat one cooked meal a day, and basically just fruits and vegetables all day. And that's what I try to do. I wake up, I eat tamarind, guavas, soursop, whatever I can eat raw. I don't even mix the soursop with no sweet cream. But what I wanted to touch on, because the ladies have to be correct. And so with GNN, I'm very afraid because I had recorded Steve McKinney's show. And so this is pretty simple. We all have brains, right? And we all can observe. So we didn't have an adverse event with the vaccine. Protein has been shown to linger in the kidneys, sexual gonads, the liver. Listen, for over almost 2 years now, it has been shown to linger. So we didn't have anything about that, whether it be thrombosis, whatever it causes, damage to endothelial cells. Also, so the adverse event means that there's no data to prove, let's say post-vaccine rollout, we see a proliferation of kidney polyps. Also, it's very simple. If I have a chair, I have a chair in my shop, and most people come in, they sit down in it. So it's the same thing in a liquor store. So you have a liquor store every 3 feet in the ghetto. It's an experiment. So it shows that they don't really care about it. So why are we confounded? Are you dumb? You are confounded about kidney problems when we know what alcohol does. So you are confounded, but you have the inner city proliferated with liquor stores, et cetera, and then you say it's a choice. It's just like putting candy before children at the entrance of the school. And sugar causes damage to the kidneys. They know that. They're bad. Like an impoverished diet, basically, is what it is. But I like to hint on something that GNN catered to. And I suggest everybody listen to the rebroadcast of Steve McKinney's show because I don't want to say these things. But here's where the problem lies for me. I have a problem when knowledge is withheld from the masses, Naughty. That's what I have. So
Correct.
Let's look at the mRNA system. Most doctors, when you go and Google right away, any search engine, it will tell you that the prostate biopsy is invasive. I've had it done. So because I've had it done, and I dreaded having it again, but I went through it because my oldest daughter was young at the time, and I'm a warrior. And I went invasive. Even on Google it said it's invasive, but doctors won't say that. Okay? That's what is hurtful for me. And then the fact that with the MRI machine, I say, well, I would prefer to get an MRI versus another biopsy. So only common sense. I don't need no one to agree. I'm not looking for anybody to agree with me, Now listen to me. If I could have an MRI instead of invasive procedures, whether it be the breast biopsy, any type of biopsy, which is the removal of the tissue, and with the prostate biopsy, it's about 8 pinches they make because the prostate is it circumvents the blood or the urinary tract. So then, if I want an MRI versus an invasive procedure to prove cancer, and then they're feeding algorithms into the MRI, that means the MRI can detect cancer before it becomes a problem. So then they're telling me that they care about me, and they're talking about health care and preventative medicine, and only Dr. Archer and certain people have, Dr. Pinto and certain doctors are here talking about integrative medicine. And so, as I read, then we don't have a scientific ombudsman, but then we must be gaslighted by every doctor who is very dogmatic. Not all, but I love the ones who stand with humanity. And so then you try to discredit, but you can't discredit me because I've already given myself credence over the airwaves. And so I don't come on the airwaves to be in contrast with anybody, but rather for people to go and point and look in the right direction. Now, we have the Minister of Health who disappeared for a while talking about the A&E. That multi-trillion-dollar project should have really been finished. But the Bahamian people, because we are not all sick one time, we don't care about one another, and this is what it is. So I was hoping that people would rally around GNN, and we got to do, because what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, a kidney disease is very serious. I have had a young friend of mine who died because of that same problem, and he went to Oak Tree, and they couldn't facilitate him, and he didn't have insurance, and he died. He was only 35 years old. So, his sufferation is there for all us. So either, Naughty, and something you said too, when all these people stand up on the red light and people trying to commit suicide via traffic now, you got people walking into the traffic, a young, elderly gentleman drunk, just stupefied from rum, et cetera, and all these people stupefied by alcohol, but nobody's doing anything about it. All these people being killed, go and look at the data for cigarette versus marijuana. Yet still you got these people talking about how marijuana smell, but they ain't talking about cigarette death, what actually causes more death. Give thanks.
Yes, 52. Good stuff. Have a good weekend.
One of the things I'd like to touch on too, Naughty, with regards to International Women's Day, is the end of poverty and hunger in all forms with regards not only to women, but human beings
Correct.
as a whole.
If you look at our poverty line now, pre-pandemic, it was close to 50%. Now I think it's exceeded that. And if you look at the soup kitchens throughout the country, there's been an increase in people going out every day. The lines
That
are
is
huge.
correct. That is correct. And so we need to look at ways in which we can increase our productivity in the Bahamas, because here it is, and like I said, situation, the golden yoke, which
We call that the golden joke on this show because we don't know how it's not, implemented, and where did the money go for it?
Exactly. I had an opportunity before I even wrote my article. I went to the groundbreaking in 2023 deliberately, and deliberately a week ago went to the same ground where the groundbreaking was, and the soil was being shoveled. And I said, okay, let me make sure I look and see what is actually happening. Well, as you know, there's no golden yoke. Like you say, it's a big golden joke. I say that to say this. There are many ways in which we as Bahamians, with the support of the government or private funding, being able to assist persons in becoming more productive in agriculture. We as farmers could have those eggs produced here. Now, in which we were supposed to have those eggs produced here, now we're having them shipped in from Dominican Republic. And 2 years ago, that same golden joke was supposed to be able to produce 27 million eggs, which we are now importing. So if we're able to put in the mechanisms or have in place the facilities for people to be able to have their own businesses, increase their own productivity, then we can, in some way, somehow, eliminate the poverty and the hunger that's going on in this country. There's no way we're in 2025, 50 years later, supposed to be at this point.
No, I think we're lacking for 50 years, and we're lacking in a lot of areas. We don't like to hear it, but we are. So I agree with you there. Couple of things before we get out of here, because time is flying. We got to get to the break. We got to have you guys back on again and continue the conversation.
Thank you, sir.
Because, it is Talking Heads, so we like to have as many people from different sides of society as we can. But I gotta ask, with such good ideas that we've heard here from both of you today, and I see the text coming in, and I got another question before we get out of here for you. Can I just be as forward as to say, could we possibly see y'all on some political tickets in the future? Because it would be good to see women such as yourselves out there.
Well,
involved in politics.
There is a,
and I know some women will cringe at that, but other women obviously,
are cheering us on. There is a democratic process that's being taken place in the party that we're affiliated with.
I say it. In a part of the Free National Movement, yes, we have our
Well, I didn't know we could
democratic
say it on
process.
air, but I just need to make sure. But
Yeah,
anyway,
just
now that we did,
maybe I should ask this question 15 minutes ago.
Right. So yes, there's a democratic process in the works at the moment where both Dr. Penn and myself, we are doing walkabouts and making ourselves known in certain areas. And hopefully, at the end of the day, we will be eventually ratified as candidates. But there's a democratic process that's being taken place at the moment. But yes, to answer your question, yes.
There you go. All right. And I
Yeah, so like I introduced myself, and I just want to say that I am an aspirant for the Free National Movement for Marathon. And at this time, I want to give a shout out to my special precious gems of Marathon, and at large, my Marathon family. And at this time, I also want to recognize and give condolences to two of my, the persons in Marathon. We have the Bow family from Pinedale, and Leslie Nairn, Colonel, from number 11 Grace. And I'd like to give condolences to the family and then acknowledge Sharon Williams and Clary Cooper. Sharon Williams is recuperating in Atlanta, Florida, and Clary Cooper is recuperating in Tampa, and they're all from Marathon.
There you go. All right, I got a
And
question. Go ahead.
I'm a prospective candidate for Southern Shores.
Okay.
And that is basically mostly where all the farmers are. And so we are working with the farmers in that area. And also, there's a whole number of supporters that I have. I won't name any because if I call, I'll miss out a few. But yes, I sent a shout out to all my Team Shepherd in Southern Shores.
All right, there you go. But I think that's a resounding yes. Now let me hit you with this one so we can get an answer for this one. Naughty, have your guest conducted a study that proves, on average, men are paid more than women for the same work in the Bahamas? While raw statistics from the U.S. might show a difference in earnings, isn't it true that factors like career choices, experience gaps, and time spent in the workforce also contribute to this difference?
Statistics have shown that men are paid more for the same job that the woman would have. Yes. To answer that question outright, yes. Statistics have been done.
And you personally may not have done a survey.
I wouldn't have personally done it, but I have information pertaining to that yes, confirms men are paid more than women for the same job, same certificates, same diplomas. Yes.
All right, last portion of this question. And if women are more likely to leave the workforce to raise children, wouldn't that be intuitive that they earn less over time? Isn't this a natural outcome rather than a result of discrimination?
Okay, you need to.
Well, you really set off some babes. Yeah. You gotta come back and pick up this conversation.
Well, even if the women had to leave the workforce for a short period of time, they do make it up when they do go back to work, because women tend to work much longer than men. They try to get the work out and completed. So trust me, women are very hard workers, as you know.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We got to get
one
to the break.
One thing I want to drop a nugget on with regards to the labor reform. I understand that there are persons that are being hired as part-time workers when they could be hired as full-time workers, which is subject to be investigated. But I understand there are a lot of young persons that feel a little bit disenfranchised when they find out that certain parties, certain people are being hired full-time and others are being hired part-time.
For the same job.
For the same job, yeah.
Something got to be looked at. That's a good nugget. I'll grab and do some due diligence on that as well.
Yes.
I want to thank both of you for stopping by. We have to do it again.
You.
And I look forward to continuing the conversation on another show. It's been very candid and appreciate that. So, candidly, like I said, have a great weekend.
You too.
And we'll see you again on Talking Heads for sure.
Yeah. Thank you for having
me.
No worries. Quick break, flip side of the break. You got Cuban Willie's numerology report coming up, brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. Then we get into the 5 o'clock hour. Right after the news, we'll be talking sports. Pearlie will be in the building. Keep it right where you got it. Don't touch it.
We want go on, we hardly got the chain and chuckle. All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy yo, Cuban Willie, and it's Friday. It's the weekend, baby. Party time. I got the 3-ball and the 4-ball special for you today. The double whammy slammy. 792 is the 3-ball. 792, 792. And the 4-ball, 2288. 2288. Play them and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
KFC is taking things to crunchier levels with the new barbecue bacon ranch sandwich. Bite into 8 layers of flavor with your choice of a spicy or original recipe. Extra large white meat filet topped with our premium ranch sauce, lettuce, tomato, smoky bacon, American cheese, and our rich signature barbecue sauce. All placed on a toasted brioche bun. The new KFC barbecue bacon ranch sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
You're a builder. You want to give your client the best material at the best prices, and you need to put food on the table. Well, check out these prices at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68, includes VAT. By the way, all these prices include VAT. Gray Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50, 30 pounds, $19.80. Owens Corning Duration Shingles and Certainty Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. When it comes to screwing and nailing, Pinder got you covered. He got every nail and screw you could possibly need.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us on www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Are you ready to indulge in the islands of the Bahamas? Take off to TCI, hop over to Havana, or fly to Florida. No matter the destination, jumpstart your journey with Bahamas Air, the national flight carrier of the Bahamas. Take advantage of our frequent flyer program and exclusive hotel and car deals. Book your flight now at bahamasair.com or visit your local ticket sales office in Nassau or Grand Bahama. Bahamas Air, we don't just fly here, we live here.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides for flavor that will make your mouth happy and your feet dance. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC bucket today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Words of righteousness do us so much. Enough of them well, but yet no purpose.
Talking Heads with Naughty Football Association, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, Jazz in the Gardens, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Out in the Games, Pinder Towel, Prince Masters, Sand Castle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
Run red, go tell them revolution. Now swing over them head. For all vampire, this a one ya higher peg. Marcus Garvey did. Don't come said the man you well said. Deliver to Italy, you like sledge. You want principle, King Selassie and the head. And Emperor Selassie have the vision and the match. We see you and the hard lie down in a bed. You're in defilements, hard with he dead. The youths them worth more than money and bread. Here and press Amiga, tell them glory is the spread. We just come out of his loop, pagan dead. Babylon give you a right for the money, get your funny. And then brainwash you on the western journey. Babylon give you a right for your money, get your funny. And then brainwash you on them western journey. We tell you say, shoulda know we buy now, so we terrible. Watch out, make we bust them head like buckle. What's the backyard in a the deck where you a suffer? We want go where we are, like go the chain and chuckle. King Selassie said the revolution of it happen. You are the one to order instead diamond nickel. Fornication, them all rise up on the double. Abomination, me come slow with the triple. Aye, you black woman, just know yourself in a the puzzle. Now come do nothing wrong, now come round, ya come hustle. And every this and that you must make jump in your wiggle. Knock turn them back and not take them wiggle. I chat about fi cool, but them judgment a trickle. The living trumpet, this and no float nor figgle. You kill it, get your youth, you miserable. Babylon, give them a right for the money, get them.
You got it locked and loaded to the Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. 5:12 p.m. is the time. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And I think we are joined by Earl the Pearl. I think we heard Pearly checking in. Pearlissimo, what's going on?
Oh, a very sad day in Bahama land. Very sad day in Bahama land. But let's get it out right now. Congratulations to the Queens College Comets who won their fourth in 35 years, their first in 6 years. Defeating the Big Red Machine and the other BAIS. And congratulations to the Queens College team.
The streak is over. The streak is over. But bye. The streak is over. The streak is over. But bye. The streak is over. You are no longer that guy. No, in the words of The Rock, know your role and shut your mouth, loser. We haven't been able to call you that on the show for a minute, loser. You and your Dodger hat, turn it around, loser, and cover up that sack hat. Go ahead. Mr. Producer, say you a loser too. Take it. Tote it. Feel it.
All you can do is cause us to come back with a vengeance next year. That's all that's going to go on.
That's fine, and that probably will happen. But right now, I love seeing you like this.
Hold on.
I just love it.
What school did you go to, Naughty?
It doesn't matter what school I went to. You like that?
Yes, so you know, I think St. Andrews came 5th or 6th.
Well, by God, that's a prize on Eastern Road. Let's find them children, give them some more in their trust fund. My Christ, we've never been 5th. That's too high for us. We might get a nosebleed.
Well, you know, I'm riding with a QC comment. I had to go listen to the QC comments and the haters all afternoon, but no problem. We're big enough. We can handle it.
Let them have their moment, Pearly, because the last time they beat you, didn't you all riddle off a bunch in a row after that?
They beat us 6-7 years ago, so this is the first one in 6 or 7 years.
So I mean,
this is only the fourth time in 35 years, so no problem.
So just tell them we'll see you in another 7. That's all.
Yeah.
But for the moment, on this show,
congratulations to them.
On this show, you got to hold on to this for now. Me and Mr. Producer been dealing with the Dodgers and dealing with that Dolphin foolishness, and
the good thing about it is, come Monday morning, we won't remember any of this, and we'll talk baseball.
I know, but right now, you can tote this as we go into the weekend. You go own this. You're not that guy anymore. You're not that guy, bud. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, bud. No, sir.
I'm not that guy. My phone, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
something's going wrong with my phone, Nutty.
Yeah, it's breaking up like Sack did all over the track today. That's what happened.
Oh, Lord.
Boy, plenty Sackers ain't hitting me today. I thought something happened.
You can get it. You better. I hope. I won't. I hope you ain't driving that black BMW today.
No, I'm not. Thank God.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
I'm Naughty.
Yes.
I was hoping that you would put it on Purdy today. Seeing that his
no, but by all means,
if you tell that CC Sweeting do it, his own next week, and his own gonna be in nationals in 3 weeks. Tell him sit down and sit small to his name God. Tell that CC Sweeting do it, sit down to his name God.
See, that's the problem with them now. They ain't humble, Naughty.
Exactly.
They don't know how to humble themselves, Naughty.
Give him their best. Give him his business. Let him know that he's not that guy. He's not special.
2 weeks. There's the National Track and Field Championship, which we go win.
Really? So why are you talking about 2 weeks from now when we talking about what happened today, man? Come on, let Naughty stay with the headlines, man.
That's the past. That's the past. Forward ever, backwards never.
That ain't the past. That just happened today.
That's trash, Pearly. That just went down today.
That just went down today. Don't try to speed up the program, man. You're talking about next 2 weeks and this and that. No, take your cut up and take it with pride. Sock pride.
Tell him again.
That's all. Take your cut hip with sock pride. That's how you want to talk about the big red machine. I take this cut hip like it's from the big red machine, so that's all.
You know what's so amazing about this is the non-QC comment people who giving me a harder time than the QC comment people.
Oh boy, I guess they say there's two set of people in this world: people who went to soccer and people who wanted to go to soccer. I'm guessing that the people who didn't go to soccer who won today.
No. It's two people in this world.
Exactly.
Sockers who love soccer and people who hate soccer. That's it.
So the people who hate soccer is who won today, Naughty.
Yeah, whatever school you went to, as long as soccer didn't mean we all won universally today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
You and being a loser for today. Hey, there need to be losers somewhere so there could be winners today. You just happen to fit them all today.
The Lakers won last night, right? Let's change the subject.
Why are you holding on to that lifeline? You too, man. Y'all be safe. Pearly, man, listen, you got
CC Sweden.
No, listen, Pearly, you got told that, boy. You got told that. Listen,
but you think I can sit and told it quietly, or I ain't gonna fight back?
No, that's true. I mean, your brand, your sack brand is big like my Cowboys brand. So obviously, you come under attack. You know what I mean? So you got to know how to tote it and take it and deal with it and dish it back out.
But the only thing I want to dispel is I want the people of this country to stop saying that Sackers give a bunch of scholarships. Because QC is the one who has an endowment fund that actively goes out and Literally.
Now, see, that's an indirect slap at the Eastern Road, you know, and I don't appreciate that. I don't like that at all. That's not going to fly here, Pearlie. You're being a sour sport now. You're being a spoiled sport. Listen, Pearlie, can you tell this texter that you're not bedridden? Say naughty. Pearlie sounds like he took this bad. He sounds like he bedridden, compunkle right up.
I'm about to get compunkle right up right now. Get me 3 Kalik and a Kong Salad. I'm about to do that.
Okay, but you ain't in your bed, right?
Oh, no. For what?
Naughty, ask Pearlie if he was at the track stadium today.
I'll tell you, I'll say what my daughter said. Said, if I could go through that cut if I got in 2021, I good today, Daddy.
All right. So I got to ask you this. How was the atmosphere if he was there? Did he sit in
It
VIP?
was awesome.
How were the announcers?
was
Ask him
awesome.
to describe everything, etc. Thank you.
It was awesome. It was really a big crowd out there. It was exciting. The fun part about it is the alumni have more fun than the students during the track meet. But the students are the ones who usually storm the track afterwards. But it was a really good day. It was an exciting day. A lot of people out there. It was and congratulations to the BAISS sports committee who put the track meet together, who worked with the different people from NSA. Congratulations to them. It was a well put together track meet. It was well done. Can't complain. Hats off to the better school today, QC.
Oh wow! Boy, cut skin to somebody, hey?
I will give credit where credit is due. They beat QC had won it. They won it hands down. They had a 46-point lead. SAC brought it to 1 point, and QC did a number on the SAC on the 800 meters and did a great job in the 4x4s. But you can't fault them. They came out. They came determined. They had a good team put together. This year they had a healthy team. Not making any excuses for SAC who had some injuries, but that's next man up. So they had a healthy team and they did really well. Congratulations to them. Can't kill them for that. They well deserved, well needed.
All right, let's go to the phone lines right now. Talking Heads.
Hey, good day, Naughty. Early on.
Hey, my brother, how you doing?
I good. And I know you can be okay, because let them know you ain't got to worry about nothing. With all that cut up, you got them monks up on top of the hill that they could always massage you all down. You know?
Unfortunately, there are no monks there at all.
So they always been there, so they'll be there for you all. Don't worry about that.
No, actually, they're not. The monastery is basically closed. There are no monks there. They haven't been monks there for many years.
Pearlie.
Can't you tell this a veteran, long-time SAC hater, boy?
Pearlie.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Pearlie, yesterday, the number that I gave, left for you to give to my mommy, did you pass?
I gave it to her. I had the producer told me send it to Reverend Palacios. And then Reverend Palacios was like, okay, but I gave it to Reverend Higgs yesterday, and she acknowledged receipt of it. So you should hear from her pretty soon.
Yeah, because I got to get in contact with the son warrior, you see.
All right.
And
I'll remind her.
And Naughty, you had said something earlier about us holding on, but you couldn't get back to me when Dr. Penn and, the other doctor was on, and you said something about rallying behind GNN.
Right. And so did 52.
Yeah, and that was in reference to, when you say rallying around him, you mean in reference to...
What he's been talking about, the situation at the hospital with dialysis and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay. With that in particular, remember now, one before last, I made a pledge, and that's what got to get talking with dialysis and everything. But another thing, when I made a pledge that I'm willing to donate some dialysis machine in San Salvador and Crooked Island. Now they talking about the situation with dialysis. But the main thing is, Naughty, I said it to you yesterday, right? Pearlie, where they ain't even got them pressure pump that you put on your arm.
Right, the blood pressure test.
Them said they got in so raggedy. I got this from source, because I know a couple of people who was, being there, right? But they so raggedy that they wouldn't get them, and it said that some of them been ordered since in November. They ain't put them in there yet. Them things only cost like $25. The digital ones only cost but $40. But they ain't gonna buy the digital if they ain't buy the regular ones, eh?
We got to look at all of that, man. You got to keep asking questions. Good stuff, man. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, man. You're allowed.
Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Talking Heads.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I want to say congratulations to the BISS champions and to all the runners-up. They all did well, and we want to encourage sports sports in all aspects with education to advance our youth. Indeed, it was our Queen's College, and they really rose to the challenge and did well. We commend them, and we salute SAC for carrying it for a long time. And you know I'm all about sports power, education power. And so I'm a proud Giant, and we celebrate the green today. And we know that more could be done in our country and our youth, and so let's continue to encourage and to push them. And we will eagerly await the nationals, and we will continue to cheer on our athletes to do great. Let's regain our sport as the sports power in all ways in this Bahamas. Better, stronger Bahamas. Thank you.
Good stuff. Yeah, man, I agree, and Pearlie and I agree. We both agree with education in sports as a conduit to get these kids, to a better place and elevate them.
My only thing is I'd less love to see these kids get an opportunity to go off to school, whether they use their legs, arms, or whatever to get into college and use their heads to get their degrees. It's important that, and I hope these schools, and all schools, not just SAC or QC, but all schools, as you get these kids to come to your school, that you prepare them properly to get them off to college. It ain't about winning the track meet. It's about making good Bahamian citizens and coming up with some good students. That's the most important thing.
Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Earl and Pearlie. Pearlie, I endorse that message you just gave.
Earl and Pearlie, that's the same person. Boy,
Yeah,
Cutskin got these suckers shook. They can't even say it right there. Earl and Pearlie. They're shook.
All we people be calling me naughty, so don't feel bad.
That's just fresh cut skin, boy.
You remember that school which you went to when y'all couldn't swim?
Yeah, the one.
Anyway,
the one that signed the checks for y'all when y'all graduate and come wait for us. Yeah, man.
Oh, Pearlie. Yeah, y'all couldn't swim. Talk about run,
swim.
jump,
Let's swim.
skip.
You're
Anyway, I
still
have
toting
something to say.
Cutskin from all the lashes we put on y'all in the pool.
I have something to say. Pearlie, this is from me and you to the comments. Congratulations on your fourth win. Okay? However, SAC is the best. SAC is the best. From east to the west.
Boy, I normally wouldn't cut you, but under circumstances like this, I gonna cut you. I just gonna cut you. I just gonna cut you. Ain't no hard feelings. You still all right with me, but you get cut right there. Call you sushi. You just got cut. See how that works? That finger is attached to that school in the east.
I'll be back. I'll be back on Thursday. We can continue the song on Thursday when I come back.
Not if I instruct Mr. Producer to bar all SAC callers.
He won't know who's who.
Yo, you stay there. He don't like SAC neither. See, that's the
Mr.
problem.
Producer, lunch on me, Mr. Producer. Don't worry about it.
Producer say you can't buy the lunch like what I buy. So that ain't gonna work.
Me and Mr. Producer had some really good talks. I know what he like.
He laughing at you right now, but he say he laughing at you twice. That for that bad BS and 2 for the cut skin sock too today. Boy, y'all sockers all in y'all feelings today, boy.
It's not about being a fan. Listen, you be used to winning. You know, we've won 31 out of 35 championships. We're used to winning. And we know that a lot of people are happy that we lost. You know, a lot of people can tease us. So we ain't gonna just sit there and humble ourselves. You know, we gonna
Pearlie,
we gonna answer you back, but we understand.
Let me just let you know that not only does Mr. Producer not like SAC, you know I can't stand y'all.
That's fine.
But corporate has now chimed in. And corporate says, great show as usual, Naughty. Keep up the good work. Thanks to that singing caller, we now understand why SAC is so close to Sandilands in the East.
Not
and Mr. Producer,
not quite as close as some other schools, but that's fine.
And Mr. Producer and I agree with that message. And that doesn't happen just because it's coming from corporate. You know, it makes sense.
You know. That's fine, you know. It's all right. Have your fun, have your glory. I can take it, but when you know my mouth harder and louder than all y'all when I win, and you will hear my mouth.
Man, you are not winning right now, so we don't have to.
Winning today. We're not winning today.
Toted it.
We're not winning today, but I will. This day will. This too shall pass.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
We will have another day.
This too shall pass. Rhyme with cut. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Pearls, what's going on? Yeah, how's it going, Naughty?
What's going on, Muff?
Yeah, Naughty, this Women's Week, man. You should have given her a break.
I should have given who a break.
The one who you cut, who was singing the song.
No, man, this women, they want equal opportunity. They want to stand on the same level playing field as men, have pay scale as men. That's fine, and I support that. But you could also get cut like the men, too. That ain't no problem.
Yeah, but don't worry about that, Pearls. You can't win them all. But, Pearl, you ain't lie. That was a good game last night, eh? In overtime, eh? Boy, hey, I don't like it now, but the Lakers winning and Miami losing, but I don't like that, boy. I don't like that.
That was that game last night. That was a good test for the Lakers. It was a good game. We could have easily folded up. We didn't. Luka was the man. I mean, that other fellow whose name I don't like calling did well as well.
Thanks to Luka.
Yeah. Hey, you all bounce up in second quick, but I know you all get way up in the second seed quick. Hey.
It's called keep winning. It's called winning 9 out of 11.
No, but see, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Prior to the trade, the Lakers had won like 8 out of 10. Anthony Davis was leading the team in scoring and rebounding. All right, and blocks. He was playing. He was doing a good job. Then they made the trade, and seamlessly, Luka has transitioned really, really well. Redick has done a good job meshing him in there. And Luka's kind of taken the reins and said, look, LeBron, let me put you in some positions to look good. You 40. You don't have to gas yourself out the whole game. We're going to put you in spurts to make you look good and have your moments to dominate, which is happening. And
like Shaka say, do the others, and then Reeves can on bad.
But you gotta look at Reeves and Connect playing well. Don't forget that you got unsung heroes, Jared Vanderbilt and Finney Smith. Both of them playing.
You know who else was playing?
Even the center we all put in last night do one or two little things and things too.
Jameson, yeah.
Gabe Vincent is doing very well. He's hitting some clutch. He had a couple of clutch threes last night.
Gabe Vincent is playing ball quietly too as well.
Yeah, and the key to the Lakers right now is they're playing defense.
And OKC.
One at a time, y'all. Go ahead, Muff.
I say, well, Cleveland's still looking. I still believe Cleveland could take Boston down.
Cleveland. I watched Cleveland trail Boston 25-3 the other night and come back and beat the brakes off them running away.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they beat the hurt Boston team. I don't know if they could beat a healthy Boston team.
Well, that's why you play the games, right?
Yeah.
Tonight, we with all our injuries, we still play Cleveland a little good too. We still play them a little good. We ain't just when Hero was out and everything, Ward was out, all of them was out, no Kitch was out. We still play them a little good. So we Ant-Man tonight, we going for the win. But now let me ask you something. Tebow Sanders, he gone to the Washington Commanders.
Debo Samuels, he got traded. They traded a 5th round pick to the 49ers, and they traded Debo Samuel to the Commanders.
Boy, that's a big pickup for them, boy.
If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy, yeah, I want to see healthy, man. For Daniels, that's a big pickup. Yeah. Yeah, well, let me let you get to the picks, man. You all have a nice, safe weekend, man.
You too, Muff. Be safe, my brother.
Be safe, yeah.
All right, we'll get to this break, flip side of the break. Probably we'll get back, we'll handle the picks. And we got a good Final 15 today with Richie Eisen. And I'll tell you, it's very interesting. The Myles Garrett Browns trade standoff is getting thicker, getting heavier, getting heated. Garrett requested a meeting with the owner, Jimmy Haslam, and he refused to meet. He thought to meet with the GM. He handles that.
And actually, I agree with the owner on that, because the minute the owner gets in that, others going to think she should get into it. He made the right decision by saying that. It ain't what you want here, but I think that's the right decision.
Well, now I hear Myles Garrett to Detroit is gaining steam. If Detroit adds him, they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Legitimate.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Richie, you'll be talking that and more on the Final 15, all right? But we'll take the quick break now, and the flip side of the break, we'll come back and get the picks lined up. Keep it right where you got it. The Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Sound, yeah. Full-time Babylon realize every ghetto youth is element of surprise and wicked out.
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Visit any of our 3 locations. Old Fort Bay, open until 7:30 p.m. West Bay Street and Gladstone Road in the Monrose Complex, open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition kitchen ready to go.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, a trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all Family Islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides for flavor that will make your mouth happy and your feet dance. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC bucket today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
You're listening to Talk on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Well, then, words of righteousness do us so much. Enough of them well, but yet no purpose. Well, the bring the fire burn all poor and rich. Them never know say it would have come down to this. Babylon give them a right, free them money, get them funny, and then brainwash them on them western journey. Babylon give them a right, free the money, get them funny, and then brainwash them on them western journey. We tell them say this redder than red. The way how this red and be a blood and run red. Go tell them revolution a swing over them head.
Well, we're back at you on the Friday, March 7th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. We got Pearly in the building. Pearly, time to get into the picks, man. And the picks all brought you, of course, by the Island Game. And don't forget, they got $300,000 up for a perfect bracket. If you know anything about college basketball and about bracketology, you definitely want to take advantage of that. $300,000 up for a perfect bracket with the Island Game. And then, of course, you can go $3,000 up for grabs for the closest bracket.
Let's just hope I don't have a bad time like I had last time.
For more information, simply log on to theislandgame.com. And don't forget, it's the Island Game, the game you know, the friends you trust. All right, yeah, yours was done after 2 games last year, Purdy.
The first game, I think.
Here's a text might make you feel better. Naughty, I'm also a proud soccer like Pearly. We're still the best. Congrats to QC. Pearly, we're still the best. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Got 8 big games on tap tonight in the NBA. Got the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Charlotte Hornets. Cleveland by 15.5. That's a big spread to lay. And Charlotte does play well at home and keep it close. I'm going to take Cleveland in the money line.
Actually, I'm going to take Cleveland in the points. I just have a feeling Cleveland can try kill these people during the night.
The Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks. I don't even want to touch the Grizzlies. They have cost me recently, man. You know? So I'm just going to take them in the money line. I know 10 points is a big give. Dallas is walking injured. But nonetheless, they're still at home. The Grizzlies pay down to that competition. So I'm going to take the Grizzlies in the money line. Play it safe.
I like the Grizzlies in the money line. There was a article I saw yesterday where Michael Thompson said his son is in purgatory right now.
Yes, boy. He has to be shut down.
I felt for him. But you know what? If I was Dallas, because Kyrie's out for the season, I'll just shut AD down for the rest of the year and get him healthy.
I'd shut AD down and I'd shut Clay down.
Yeah, let's get him healthy and let him relax and go through it and get a good pick and come out next year and try to be a better team.
Correct. You give Jason Kidd an offseason to get them in shape and get them playing his kind of defense, they're going to start the season well next year once they're healthy.
And then have a possible lotto pick or at least a high pick. Yeah, you do well.
Correct. All right, we got the Utah Jazz and the Toronto Raptors. I'll take the Raptors at home. The Jazz still has some injuries. I'll take the Raptors in the money line. I don't trust them by 6.
I like them by 6. I'll take them by 6 tonight.
Timberwolves -5 over the Miami Heat. Something telling me to take the Heat plus the 5 points.
Somebody telling me the same thing. I like the Heat tonight.
I like the Heat, and I'll take the 5 points with the Heat.
Maybe that's Muff telling me that, but I'll go with them tonight and the money and with the money line.
Something must be inordinately wrong. There must be no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Chet Holmgren, but the Thunder are only 3-point favorites over the Portland Trailblazers in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he's out tonight.
So
he's out tonight. Jay Williams, both of them out. Jay Williams has a wrist injury. SGA is getting some rest tonight, so he's out.
I'm still going to take the Thunder minus the 3 points.
All right, cool.
The Chet Holmgren show will play tonight. Watch and see.
All right.
Nuggets -7 over the Suns. Again, the Nuggets, they've been up and down too. They've been winning games, but they haven't been covering. So I'm going to take them and the money line. I like them in Denver to win. I'll take them on the money line, not by the 7. We still got Pearly, or is he muted? Or he dropped? All right, so we got to get the Kings and the Spurs. Kings 6.5-point favorites at home over the Spurs. I'll take the Kings in the money line. Sabonis is injured, so I'll take the Kings in the money line on that one. The Knicks and the Clippers. Knicks plus 6.5 against the Clippers tonight, even though they played the Lakers into overtime last night. I like the Knicks to come back and beat the Clippers tonight. So I'll take the Knicks in the 6.5 points. I don't feel too bad about it. All right, we got one call left to take. Then we'll get to the break, flip side of the break. Rich Eisen will be taking us home. So we'll wrap up real quick with this quarter right here. Talking Heads.
Hey, how you doing?
What's happening?
Right here, man. I just needed to chime in. Pearlie's saying QC finally beat them in 7 years or 4 years, whatever.
Last time was 7 years ago.
7 years ago. You know, I don't want to say I would concur with the caller who said, you know, let's try to tie in sports and education. But I think what we need to do with this whole BAISS system is we need to have some more officials. We don't need those officials who are only soccer. We need some other people there from all the schools, so we can have a fair.
I don't mean to cut you off, caller, but soccer do not run the track meet.
What they be doing? They be disqualifying. QC, and I go with what Shaq said. Like what his dad said, you have to beat them outright. And when they see they can't disqualify him, disqualify there, then they can
Lord.
See it. But they
Come on, caller. That's not so. First of all, the person in charge of the BAISS is the principal of Temple Christian. Second of all, the Bahamas Officials Association, who runs the track meet, because it's a Carifta qualifying meet. So SOC don't run the meet. Don't do that. That's not right. I won't let you do that. It is run by the Bahamas Officials Association, BACO, whatever, the drug testing people, they there, and the principal of Temple Christian is the chairman of the BAISS. So I can't let you do that. That's not fair.
Listen, I think there needs to be more. There's a lot of skullduggery. There's a lot of unfair things going on. Okay? And I think they need to have more people from other schools out there monitoring these things.
That's what happens. I can't let you do that. That's what happens. There's a made-up committee of all the principals of the independent schools. The Bahamas Association of Officials run the meet. Why are you running on with that? You're wrong. I'm not going to allow you to do that. You're wrong. You can't do that. That's not fair. It is not run by St. Augustine's College. It is run by the Bahamas officials because it's the Carifta qualifying meet. You can't have them running it if the results when they can qualify you for the Olympics. For the Carifta Games. Come on.
Well, that escalated rather.
You can say what you want to say, and you can dog me and talk about soccer all you want. But don't talk about no skullduggery and nothing like that, because you're messing with the integrity of the principals of all those independent schools. You messing with the integrity of the principal of St. Augustine's. I'm not going to allow you to do that. And you messing with the integrity of the Bahamas Officials Association, who manages that event. Trevor, them running it, they don't go to SOC. They even ain't from SOC. So you can't come on the air and talk foolishness on the air and discredit people. That's not right. QC won that meet fair and square, and all have been won fair and square. You have officials on the track who basically don't like soccer.
All right, Pearly, breathe. We good. I think you made your point. Still got to you still got to tote this L going into the weekend, though.
Yes, and I'm happy I'm fine with it. I've lost before. I've lost elections. I've lost track meets. I've lost baseball. I've lost football. It doesn't matter. It makes me a better person to understand. But when I do win, you're going to hear my mouth. I will be that guy.
We know. That's why today you can't be, because you're not that guy,
no,
bud.
I cannot. No, I cannot.
As Ahmed the terrorist would say, silence! I kill you. Quiet. Have a good weekend, Freddie. We'll see you Monday. Rich Jackson taking us home. We'll see you Monday right here on Talking Heads.
All right, my brother.
Happy International Women's Day to all the women out there, especially my MJ. Yes. Love you, MJ.
Happy International Women's Day to all the women, all the leaders, all the women, the mothers, daughters, sisters, all who make this country a better country. Good job. Congratulations.
Take my stand, always prepare. Or and I they stand and don't even care. Yo, me not take that from the one. Give thanks, I'm still here. Wanting to see I dead and rot.
Get to stacking up the flavor at Burger King Nassau with its new Stacker King lineup. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or meatier than the Stacker Kings, with your bacon, cheese, and a delicious stacker sauce, all piled on as many flame-grilled Whopper patties as you can handle. For the chicken lovers, try the all-new Crispy Chicken Stacker, or pile your mornings high with a croissant stacker loaded with meat, cheese, and stacker sauce on a warm, flaky croissant. Don't miss out on the bold flavors of the Stacker King collection, available at Burger King Nassau.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles, with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Bahamas, are you ready? The world is coming to the World Cup qualifiers. March 11 through 16 at the Beach Soccer Stadium next to the Sydney Poitier Bridge. The Jungle Beach Boys, top 5 in CONCACAF, taking on Mexico, USA, and El Salvador. Beach party meets world-class soccer, non-stop action, Jungle rhythms, great food, and pure vibes. And it's free. Bring your crew, ring your cowbells, beat your drums, no whistles. March 11 through 16 at the Beach Soccer Stadium. Visit BahamasFA.net for details. Bahamas Beach Soccer, pure vibes.
KFC is taking things to crunchier levels with the new barbecue bacon ranch sandwich. Bite into 8 layers of flavor with your choice of a spicy or original recipe. Extra large white meat filet topped with our premium ranch sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, smoky bacon, American cheese, and our rich signature barbecue sauce. All placed on a toasted brioche bun. The new KFC barbecue bacon ranch sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Well, then, words of righteousness do us so much. Enough of them well, but yet no purpose. Well, the bring the fire burn and pour and reach them up for no say it would have come down.
Running this operation here. I like having
a tight fist.
Well, I like having an open workplace where we all like each other, and if there's any issues that are brought up, you come to me and I handle them.
I got a lot of
best
problems
I
with
can.
these people.
Kruger.
I got a lot of problems.
So, if there's airing of grievances, we like to do it without the feats of strength. That's all I'm saying.
It's a Festivus miracle.
So, we do have a poll in the back, though, if we do need it.
And there are some people, around here who understand what I'm about and what I like before I ask for things, which I appreciate, Like, for instance, when I just walk around the hallways and scream, "Bring me Fassbender," and look who's on the third hour of the program. Right? You know what I mean? Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that I mean?
Boom. Star of the latest Soderbergh movie, Black Bag. Boom. For instance. But that means I also know who works here, and they know me and what makes me tick. And when I say I have an open door policy, I literally leave the green room door open. Sometimes it's closed, but when it is, I open it up again.
Where's this going?
That's what I'm kind of wondering.
I'm wondering what I did wrong.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying that when you say I have an open door policy, you need a meeting. And I'm assuming the owner of the Cleveland Browns, Jimmy Haslam, has told somebody once upon a time, and at any point in time, I've got an open door policy around. and certainly if it involves the most employee that you got.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You see where I'm going with this now?
Employee 95?
Mm-hmm. Employee 95. Even though Employee 95 has said, I don't want to be an employee of yours anymore. No. But, yeah. Tom Pelissero, who's our second hour guest, lobbed this one out there for the universe to see, saying that Myles Garrett recently requested a meeting with owner Jimmy Haslam, and who declined to speak amidst Garrett's trade request. Both sides are dug in. Cleveland refuses to even discuss the trade while Garrett's preparing to miss games if he's not traded. Myles Garrett has made clear since the end of last season he wants to continue his Hall of Fame career elsewhere. The Browns organization, from ownership to GM to coach, is aligned on its offseason plan, which does not include trading Myles Garrett. Stay tuned. And put that up one more time. The photograph that Tom used, if there is a photograph that says, "My door is closed to you, sir," he chose wisely of Jimmy Haslam. I will not speak with you.
Tom's Google search was for that.
Yeah, look,
Grumpy old
angry
man.
photograph of
Jimmy Haslam
you could find, and then one of Garrett just looking, saying, "Please, may I talk, sir? Can we please talk,
Papa?
Listen,
Papa." Yeah, that's a perfect news story.
Listen, we all know in this world what a negotiation looks like, and we all know what a hard ball stance looks like. We get it, all right? And we all know that things eventually get worked out, certainly when it involves a superstar athlete like Myles Garrett. Let's not forget, Lamar Jackson asked for a trade from the Baltimore Ravens, okay? And that happened as the coach was sitting in a chair at an owners meeting with the entire national media around him. He hit send just at that very moment. And things worked out for Lamar. Lamar got what he wanted. He said he wanted a trade, but he ended up getting the contract to stay put, which made sense. Made sense. Matthew Stafford. It made sense for him to stay with the Rams. They allowed him to go search for what he wanted to search for. And what ended up happening is what both sides wanted. The issue is here, is that this situation is neither of those situations. Neither of them. Because Myles Garrett does not consider returning to Cleveland an option anymore. Because it doesn't matter. Hey, Myles, we drafted Cam Ward. We drafted Travis Hunter. Hey, Kirk Cousins. Okay, then what next? What next? Because the Deshaun Watson acquisition has so cap-strung this team that Myles Garrett knows when Deshaun went down with an Achilles, he knows that there's no way out of this situation that he could foresee right now and before the season, before he even sticks around to see if he can blossom into a Jaden Daniels Commanders situation. That it's going to be until he's in his early 30s before this stuff maybe even works out. And then what? And then what? And he's trying to go to the owner of the team to basically say face to face, man to man, me and you, let's leave all the other people aside since you're the owner of the team and you are the one who can eventually make this decision and tell the GM and tell the coach this is the way it is. Because they're not going to do anything unless you say so. So I'm just coming straight to you. We're cutting the BS here. I'm going to tell something to you. You're going to hopefully listen to it, and I'm going to take my swing. And he says, no, we are not going to talk. Now, screw it. I'm going to tell this story. When I was leaving ESPN, and I was thinking I wasn't leaving ESPN, back in 2003, I met with a very high-ranking executive there who was the one to make the decisions. And I cut out all the middlemen and middlewomen. And I went straight to this person who wanted me to only do sports centers. That's it. That's all this person wanted me to do. That's it. And I wanted to do other things. Case in point, this show. I envisioned doing something similar to this. I didn't know what it was back in 2003, but I knew I wanted to do something other than just, hey, here's John Clayton with Peak Performers, or hey, here's another highlight. I loved doing it. It was amazing. And I never wanted to leave it completely, but I wanted to do more than that because I felt I had more in me. I felt this was an opportunity in my career I couldn't pass up. And I wanted to advocate for that. So I went to dinner and I told this executive, I swear, I'm telling you story. I don't think I've ever told this story before, and I'll tell it. I said to this executive, look at Robin Roberts, what she's become for having left SportsCenter. I used Fowler and Tirico. They're voices of college football and
good ones.
I'm trying to remember. In 2003 was Tirico the voice of football at the NFL yet? Not yet, but he was clearly more than just a SportsCenter anchor. I was pointing, look at what these people have done for the company writ large. Knowing this as you know now, and me telling you I could do this sort of stuff for you. Would you now go back in time knowing this and tell these people the same thing you're telling me, that you cannot do anything else? You can only do SportsCenter? And this executive looked me right in the face and in the eyes and said, yes, I would tell them the same thing. At which point I called Susie on the way home and I'm like, I am dealing with an insane person. Or somebody who is making some sort of a business stance that is completely counter to what I want. And that closed door on me indicated to me, I think this is done here. I don't want it to be, but I think this is done here. Myles Garrett has reached that point. We've played this soundbite over and over again over the last week. This was at the Super Bowl when I said to him, hey, what if this doesn't go your way? Having asked out, here was his answer. I know this is a what if question, but what if we want you to stay? We want you to be part of this thing. We do believe in the plan that we have. We do believe that this plan will work. We do need you to help this plan work, and you do have 2 years left. Like, what if that happens, Myles?
I mean, it's possible. They could do that, but that's a little bit further down the line. I'm willing to look. I know things have changed, night by night, and I'm sure people are calling and hopefully making some tempting offers. But I'm grateful for my opportunity, and I know that most recently, no one stuck to one team, seeing Luka. So I'm sure happens.
He's now reached the point. If Jimmy Haslam says we're not talking, talk to the general manager. He's reached the point, and now it's up to him to turn up the heat. It's coming. And how the Browns don't see this, like, do they really think we're going to show him how we mean business, and then he's going to want to be here even after he tried to man-to-man, face-up, talk to the owner, and the owner says no? That this is all going to turn out all right? I still, just to go back to my situation, I still wanted to stay at ESPN. I never thought I would ever leave that place. And yada, 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 I got a cardboard box. I think Myles wants to, and he's going to have to force his way to go get it. It's that simple. He's going to have to he doesn't want to do the holdout thing. He wants to know now. He wants to be able to hit the ground running. He wants to make sure that he's got the best opportunity to wind up in a spot to make him most successful. And by doing that, he's got to do it before the new league year hits, because cap space gets eaten up and draft picks might be traded for other commodities to move up, move down, and that removes possibilities for him to be acquired off the table. And so it's a game of chicken, and one in which I don't know what's the Brown scenario. Like I said earlier, is it like a Beauty and the Beast thing where we'll just hold you captive and you'll come around, and we'll sing songs, you know, and it'll be kumbaya, roll credits. Really? Or this is the one guy who can reverse the worst acquisition and contract that's kind of put you in this position. The bet you made on Deshaun Watson, in your mind, when you made it, was supposed to pay off right now. When Myles Garrett is in his late 20s, in the prime of his career, and he's leading the team on defense to a championship because Deshaun Watson's doing everything that you hoped he would. And instead, that thing just absolutely bottoms out, craps out, and you're in this situation, and you can actually trade him. The fan base will understand it. Though it might be like, here we go again. The Browns can't have anything good, so let's try again. But you can make the capital back draft-wise by getting rid of him and having none of this stuff. And you're not paid as some guy who's got a closed-door policy, with a photograph associated with it, or you're like,
get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
You damn kids.
Just do it.
It's like we could read the time, like the clock's on the wall. It's ticking. I know it's not midnight yet. Like, when is it going to be midnight for the Browns? When Myles Garrett doesn't show up at training camp? Is that it? Week 1, week 2? You're going to go out there week 1, week 2 with who knows your quarterback, and Myles Garrett is not playing because he's making a point, and you don't have the draft capital for it, and and now everybody's talking about this still. Nobody wants that. The clock's on the wall, and it's the alarm's going off, and right now, that's my 2 cents. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3.
Words of righteousness do us so much. Enough of them well, but yet no purpose. Well, they bring the fire burn all poor and rich. Them never know say it would have come down to this. Babylon give them a right, free them money, get them funny, and then